Hi, I'm David Davis from ActualTech Media. We're here at VMworld 2018, and I'm excited to be joined by Julie Hurd from E8 Storage. How you doing, Julie?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
I'm great. It's an exciting show. Thanks for being on our Roadcast series of videos here today.
Well, thank you for having us.
So, E8 Storage. Tell us, first off, who is E8 Storage?
So we are a pioneer in shared NVMe storage.
Okay.
When the NVMe protocol was introduced and started being developed, our founders knew that in order to unlock the performance that NVMe provided, we needed to do a new architecture and take a new approach to how we unlock the performance of NVMe.
Okay.
So we do have a shared HA appliance. We also have a single controller appliance. We can also sell software only. But we really target very high performance applications that are seeing issues with their latency, and they need to resolve that latency bottleneck in order to speed up their applications. And that's the key area where we play. So things like financial services, real-time analytics for that drive trades and whatnot, genomics. We have several customers that are in the healthcare industry with like genome sequencing. EDA, electronic design simulation, needing to do like fluid dynamic simulation of big things like bridges.
Okay.
Those are the kind of customers that are coming to E8 to really solve their performance bottleneck.
Okay, so high performance storage, not just for any old application, for some very specific high performance use cases.
Well, of course you can use it for any old application, but the folks that are going to come to us will generally look for very high performance computing. Correct.
And for those who aren't aware, maybe the audience out there who's still trying to figure out, do I need flash, or they might have heard of this NVMe thing, can you kind of tell us what makes NVMe so special, so different?
NVMe was designed from the ground up for flash media. It leaves behind any of the old constructs for hard drives, things that both SAS and SATA were designed for hard drives initially and now being used for flash. Well, with a hard drive, you've got one head, and you can only have one entity giving that head direction at any given time, or else the head's going to thrash. So there's only one connection allowed into a SAS or SATA drive. Well, you don't have that problem with flash media. You can have umpteen number of connections going in. They have multiple data paths and channels going into each of the NAND media. So NVMe was designed to allow you to take advantage of that. It, in theory, supports up to 64,000 connections. In reality, 128 is what's being supported today. So we actually have architected, so we have every host that is accessing our system up to 126 can have direct access to every drive. Wow. So now you get a lot more parallel access. So from the same NAND underneath, with NVMe, you get 10, 15, 20 times the performance of what you're going to see with a traditional SAS-based array.
So it's like a 128 lane freeway, if you will,
correct,
going directly to the storage.
Exactly.
Awesome. So what makes E8 different, and what's new? What's new with E8?
A lot of things have been going on lately. One, we actually did just announce another record-breaking performance result with the Spec SFS benchmark. For that, because it is a file-based benchmark, we partner with IBM Spectrum Scale so that we can really accelerate IBM Spectrum Scale for those customers that are using 10-node, 20-node, 50-node clusters. So again, we're the lowest overall response time at 0.57 milliseconds, and matching the top number of builds. So we're pretty proud of that record. And we also, back in May, also record-breaking results in a financial benchmark called Stack M3. So we take out of all the operations, we hold the record in 5 out of 17 operations. In some cases, our write performance is so strong, we're 17 times faster than the nearest competitor.
So you guys are breaking records on storage performance all the time. I've heard it termed as the fastest, most highest performance flash storage available today. Is that?
Yes, I would like to say yes, and I think we've got the records and the performance benchmarks that have proved that.
Okay. And so for companies who have these applications and they're struggling with performance, what's the first step that they take with E8?
One, they contact us for a proof of concept.
Okay.
So we have a set of hardware that goes around all the world, and for customers to try it, install it into their system. Because it is an NVMe Fabrics-based software, we really just need to plug it into their existing either 40 gigabit Ethernet, 100 gigabit Ethernet, or even InfiniBand. And one of the proof points that we've had recently is with a customer in the UK, with the University of Oxford. And they gave us a quote. They're still a prospect, but they were able to give us a strong quote for how easy it was to integrate into their existing InfiniBand structure, as well as use the management APIs to drive their Univa grid engine and get really strong performance from their single node testing.
Very cool, very cool. Well, thank you so much for being on today, Julie.
Great.
Thank
Good
you.
talking.